Stocks slid, bond yields rose, and AI may have stolen the spotlight. But beneath the surface, fiscal fissures and a global bond rout could reshape the entire market. Stay tuned, as this past week may show that we're setting up for a breather after our recent run in the markets. Now, over the past 5 trading days or last week, the S&P 500 dropped 1.7%. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 2.2%, and the Nasdaq slid just over 1%. But it wasn't just equities that were under pressure. The 30-year Treasury yield vaulted above 5% for the first time since 2008. Therefore, borrowing costs have surged, and it's igniting fiscal concerns in the US. And on Capitol Hill, the One Big Beautiful Bill narrowly passed, which is projected to add nearly $3.8 trillion to our national debt over the next decade. And due to this, Moody's promptly slapped a downgrade on US credit from AAA to AA1. Meanwhile, along the same theme, a $16 billion 20-year Treasury auction saw the weakest demand since 2020, forcing yields on the new issue to rise above 5% and underscoring a waning appetite for US debt. And even overseas, Japan's 20-year bond auction was also very, very weak, potentially even triggering an unwind in the yen carry trade. Now, the reason Japan's auction has big implications for our markets is Japan owns over $1 trillion worth of US treasuries. If they're forced to unwind these treasuries, that's going to send our yields up even further. And in specific sector news, Trump's executive order for nuclear power becoming a national emergency allowed stocks in the nuclear sector to surge, touting potential reactor approval. Continued proof that policy and overnight tweets are continuing to move the market. Although this executive order is well needed, as we need to continue to close the power gap on AI build-out. Elon Musk even noted recently that as early as next year, we're probably going to run into energy constraints with AI. Now, this week also brought along some key use cases for AI backing up the major spend in this build-out. At the Google I/O event, Google CEO Sundar Pichai announced AI mode in Google search. This is a huge move for Google, and a bold one at that, as it's taking their cash cow of search and trying to reimagine it in this new AI era. It's a conversational overhaul powered by their most powerful model, Gemini 2.5, and they also announced over 100 other AI-centric updates, including a powerful video image generator. They also announced continuous improvement on Project Astra, Google's next-gen AI assistant, hinting at a future where we could have real-life powerful tools such as Jarvis from Iron Man. Although Google announced some amazing breakthroughs in AI, they weren't able to hold the top spot for their model for long. Anthropic also released their Claude 4 model, which ended up taking the top spot as best coding model out on the market, showing a continued race for model development and exponential improvements. So where do we go from here? And speaking of AI, next week coming up, we have the Super Bowl for earnings with NVIDIA's report. So hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on coverage for NVIDIA's earnings next week, and drop a comment below on your thoughts for where you think the market is heading next week and the impact NVIDIA's earnings will have on it.